Hey, it's Leslie Dories. It's Thursday afternoon, and it's the day that I talk. It's Thursday afternoon, and it's the day that I talk marriage. I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, the creator of the Hero Husband Project, and the owner of Foundations Coaching. And today I'm going to be talking about a topic that I think a lot of men struggle with. So, guys, listen up. And ladies, this is something that you need to recognize as well. Because I hear from a lot of my male clients that they have a really, really hard time talking to their wives about, especially about really tough topics. I mean, the easy stuff, how was your day, that kind of stuff, that's pretty easy. But when there's a situation or something difficult to talk about, it can be really difficult for men to have those conversations. And believe me, I hear you. I make my living by listening and talking. And my husband once said to a friend of ours that he could never win an argument with me because he was married to a woman and a therapist. Now, my husband and I don't argue very much, but there was a time when we were having a tough conversation. And I was doing my usual thing, and my very sweet, usually very gentle husband got a little bit aggressive or assertive with me. And he basically looked at me and he said, "You are not hijacking this conversation." Now, luckily, I was in a fairly decent place because, to be honest, I could have really pushed back on him about that. But I recognized that this was an important conversation that we needed to have. And I really needed to listen to what he had to say. Not only did I need to, I actually wanted to listen to what he had to say. And ladies, if your husbands do not talk to you much, you may be doing the same thing that I'm doing. That women frequently know how to hijack a conversation. Especially if you happen to be married to a left-brained guy, which I am. And in a lot of cases, women use a lot of words, and men can get lost in those words. They can lose the train of the conversation. There's all kinds of things. Sometimes they wonder why certain details are being brought in. And guys, one of the things that you do, which is very helpful in a lot of cases, is you're looking to fix things, because men communicate to gain information to solve a problem. That's not the only reason they communicate, but that's a primary reason they communicate. And quite frankly, they're rewarded for that in the business world. It doesn't work so great at home. Okay. And so, ladies, if you want your husbands to talk more with you, to connect more with you through conversation, you need to pay attention to this. And guys, I'm going to give you a couple of tips that are going to help make these conversations a little bit easier. Now, the first one is to expand beyond problem solving. Okay. I know that a lot of times if your wife is talking, especially if she's complaining about something or something's upsetting her, you want to fix it. You want to make her happy. You want to make it all go away. And my guess is that sometimes that works, but a lot of times it doesn't work. And here's the reason why. Women communicate for a lot of different reasons. Only one of them is to solve a problem. And so if that's the hat you're always wearing, it'll work sometimes, but not others. So the first thing is to ask her what role she wants you to play. Is there a problem that needs to be solved? Is she looking for a cheerleader? Is she looking for somebody to just go, "Yeah, that was really awful. No wonder you're upset," right? Somebody just wants to, support you. And so sometimes getting clarification about what your role is will make the conversation easier. Now, something else that is really important, and this is going to be your friend when you are trying to have a difficult conversation with your wife. And it's a term called reflective listening. Now, most conversations do not go this way. It is a very bizarre way to have a conversation, but reflective listening does two things. First, It slows the conversation down so that you can catch up to it. And the other thing it does is that it allows you to grab any emotional reaction that you might have, defensiveness, anger, hurt feelings, whatever it might be. It gives you that moment between hearing something and answering. So reflective listening is when your wife says something, before you answer her, you want to rephrase or reframe back what you believe you heard she said. So an example would be if she had a bad day with one of the kids, you can say, so I'm hearing that when Danny came home from school and you tried to help him with his homework, it didn't go well. Is that right? And she'll either say yes or she'll say no. And if she says yes, okay, you can proceed. If she says no, then that gives the opportunity for her to tell you again what it is that's bothering her. And in that moment, so because one of the things is, guys, you actually really can't solve a problem unless you know what it is. You're not going to know what your role is until you clarify what it is she's sharing with you. Okay, so that gives you the opportunity to figure out exactly what the conversation is about, and then it gives you the time to plan out your motion. So if she says something to you about, why didn't you take the trash out this morning? That could be a natural defense of, I was busy, blah, blah, blah. You have lots of reasons for why maybe you didn't take the trash out. You're a little defensive because I do a lot around here and I don't get credit. So again, that doing a reflective listening is, so I get, so I'm hearing that, I'm in the doghouse for not taking out the trash. And she could say, no, you're not in the doghouse. I'm just really upset about it. Or it could be a case of, yeah, I'm really bothered by the fact that you didn't take the trash out. Okay. And so, but in that moment of defensiveness, you're actually taking another step. You're actually saying something else to her as opposed to jumping in and defending yourself, because we all know that generally doesn't work very well. And there are a couple of other things that you can use that will help your talking with your wife. But if any of this makes sense, give me some thumbs up. Let me know that you're hearing me. Let me know that this makes sense to you. And by the way, if you have any questions about reflective listening or the role that you want to play, just put them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you. But here are a couple of my very, 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 very favorite words to use when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody: confusion and curiosity. So confusion can come into play when you really don't understand something, and you can say, hang on a minute, help me understand. I was with you until this point in time, and then I got lost. Can we go back and can I get some clarification about what just happened, right? That's an invitation for her to tell you more. Okay, and you don't have to do anything except ask that question, right? I'm confused. Help me understand. Those are great things. And then curiosity. Tell me more about that. I was just talking with a client this afternoon, and he was talking. He and his partner had a conversation because she was upset because she had to ask him for the check to pay something. And he said to her, he says, what makes this a problem? How come this is upsetting? And that was, and she actually said to him, I don't know. I never thought about it before. So that was a way for him not to jump in and fix something or get upset in any way, shape, or form. It was more being curious about what made this particular activity difficult for her. And a lot of times we forget how to do that. A lot of times what your wife's reaction is a deeper reaction than the fact that the trash didn't get taken out. Yes, she's probably upset that the trash didn't get taken out, but there may be something more to it than that. It may be that she knocked it over and it went all over the floor and she had to spend time cleaning up. It could be that it's something that is frequently not done. But these are all deeper issues. But if you can ask about what makes that important, or where did you learn, or where did you learn that? Or these are curiosity questions that actually will get deeper into the conversation, which, by the way, is what she wants with you. And it allows you very simple and direct ways to get there. Okay. So hopefully this has been helpful. Let me know in the comments below. And again, if you've got any questions, please let me know. But these are the kinds of things, guys, that I address in the Hero Husband Project. And if you want to know more about that, let me know. And until next week, stay loving.